The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and in this video, we'll be conducting a sea trial and performance evaluation of the largest of the Palm Beach lineup, the new Palm Beach 70. Everything we've come to expect from the brand is rolled into this newest launch. She's an elegant and stylish performance cruiser. With a pair of 1,000 horsepower Volvo Penta D13s, she tops out at just over 31 knots, and her handling is on par with the best we've tested. She's ideal for both day trips with her ease of use, and as an overnighter, she's well suited with 4 ensuite staterooms. Let's start with a look at her performance. When it came time to depart, it was a remarkably tight space, but she's so well mannered and easy to maneuver that it was a non-issue, and we were soon on our way out to open water. She has a length overall of 74 feet, a beam of 19 feet 2 inches, and a draft of 3 feet 7 inches. With an empty weight of 70,500 pounds, 21% fuel, and 5 people on board, we estimated our test weight at 74,349 pounds. With twin Volvo Penta D13s putting out 1,000 horsepower each and connected to straight shafts, our speed topped out at 31.1 knots at 2,400 RPM. There's no real best cruise as the range increases linearly as we reduce power. That said, my hand tended to gravitate to 24.4 knot cruise at 2,000 RPM. At that speed, the 54.5 gallon per hour fuel burn resulted in 0.4 nautical miles per gallon and a range of 638.4 nautical miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 1,585 gallon total fuel capacity. Pods are available for this yacht, but as this is hull number 1, a pod version has to date not been built. But the typical better performance numbers are expected. With her semi-displacement, warped plane bottom, her handling is exemplary and what we've come to expect from the brand. With a flat bottom at the stern and an almost fanatical approach to weight distribution, she has little to no bow rise on acceleration. Rather, she just glides along at increasing speeds, lifting on an even plane with that increase in speed. Therefore, planing speed can only be measured by the formation of the rooster tail in an average 7 seconds, and 20 miles per hour came and went in 9.2. Test day was flat calm, so we didn't get to see how she handles rough water, but one has only to look at our test videos of the Palm Beach 55 and 50 Fly in 6 to 7 foot seas to fully appreciate how well these boats handle. At 20 knots, she'll come around full circle in 20 seconds in about 2 boat lengths. Now let's look at our operational features. The engine room is accessed from a hatch in the forward section of the aft deck. A ladder leads us down to the aft section of the engine room, where we get our first glimpse of these twin D13s. The engine mounts are vibration protected, and notice the bolts are torqued and painted to spot any coming loose quickly. Sea strainers are right alongside. The straight shafts run through Sea-Torque dripless seals. There's access to the outboard sides of the engine, but all the working gear and daily checkpoints are in the center. Headroom is 4 feet 3 inches, and it's here in the center that we see a clear image of the attention to weight distribution. There's an optional Seakeeper 9 gyro mounted on the center line, but as we were waiting on Jenny fuel filters, we didn't get to see that in action, nor did we care. With her flat stern and hard chines, she's an inherently stable boat in her own right, so to me, supplemental stabilization is more of an afterthought, which is why they're optional. Just ahead are 2 15 kW Fisher Panda generators supplying the power to the boat. Fuel pumps are mounted between. One of these generators is user selectable as primary, and the other kicks in when the load demands. At the forward bulkhead, we see the fuel tank, again mounted on the center of gravity. Dual Raycor 1000 filters are attached to the tank for each engine, and crossovers allow for changes on the fly. A side tube is fitted as well. The hydraulic reservoir is ahead into the port side. The air handler is just behind. Most notable is the fit and finish here. All decking is teak with a finished fiberglass deck underneath. The 5.5-inch stringers are also finished in gleaming white. The exhaust is a matching finish and supported in padded stainless steel. I mean, seriously, even the battery boxes match the finish. Battery switches are at the aft bulkhead, and the helm has remote switches to activate these batteries as well. Battery chargers are to the outboard bulkhead from the batteries. There are 2 hatches in the aft deck. To starboard, the compartment includes hydraulics for the steering and autopilot. To port, there's the water maker, and I'm not a fan of this installation. The filters are in the way of the membranes, and if we remove the filters, the lower storage tray is still in the way of pulling out the lower membrane tube. The flying bridge helm is accessed from a ladder to the port side of the cockpit deck. The console is fully forward and center mounted and nearly vertical. There's a 15-inch display in the middle. To the left are the thruster controls, the autopilot, the infrared camera controls, the windlass and tab controls. To the right are the twin-disc joystick combining the mains with the thrusters, and then the engine controls. Below are the engine start-stops and the VHF. Behind are 3 STID Admiral pedestal chairs. They're fully adjustable, including recline. Quick drop holders are to the sides, with flip-out beverage holders just beneath. We can lower the 21-foot 2-inch bridge clearance a full 6 feet 4 inches by dropping the antenna mast. Of course, this also makes for servicing the array that much easier. The lower helm looks amazing with a gloss-finished wood panel housing dual 17-inch displays. A flat panel is just below, and I'd like to see a raised edge so it could hold items better. Below and to the left is the control for the forward-looking infrared camera, the Seakeeper control panel, a multi-data display. The steering wheel is matching wood and mounted to a tilt base. Below and to the left are bow and stern thruster sticks, the autopilot, and the Humphrey Interceptor trim tab screen. Bilge alarms are next, with a row of electrical switches just below. To the right are the windlass control, the engine controls, the twin-disc joystick, windshield wiper controls, and the spotlight control. Storage is right alongside, and below is the main electrical panel. Visibility is through 3 large windows, each fitted with a windshield wiper, and an overhanging brow knocks down glare. The helm seat is a 59-inch fixed bench with gloss-finished armrests on an elevated platform. A third control station is in the aft deck refreshment center. It's a tad inboard, but still within reach of the view of the whole port side. Access to the bow is via side decks to port and starboard. 4 steps accompany the transition made safe by the 22-inch width and 24-inch rail height. There's also a lengthy grab rail running along the length of the cabin side. At midships, there's a polished stainless steel cleat outboard, and the engine room vents are inboard. Fully forward, the ground tackle is at waist height, making it easy to access. Working gear consists of a Muir windlass, a safety cable attached to an all-chain rode leading out to the Ultra anchor with a swivel, all supported by a stainless steel anchor roller recessed into the decking. To the sides, polished heavy-duty chafing gear blends perfectly into the gloss-finished cap rail. 12-inch cleats are to both sides, and control buttons are to the right of the windlass. A hatch below provides access to the road storage. I was most impressed with how quiet the 70 is at all speeds. Full throttle showed only 75 decibels at the helm thanks to the noise-reduced engine room. With the generators fully enclosed in sound shields, they were virtually silent. Point being, it's not about how fast you go, but how well you go fast. More importantly, because these boats are so renowned for their seakeeping abilities, they beg to be driven and driven far. If you're in the market for a boat to leave at the dock and have cocktail parties on, you might want to look elsewhere. If you're looking for a well-handled premium cruising yacht, then give this a closer look. She's equally well suited for extended stays aboard, but that's another video. Be sure to look for it. For now, this is my full sea trial and performance evaluation of the all-new Palm Beach 70. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.